All right, so he said to them, let's go in. And said, I did send you a letter and I explained to you. No, I said, I didn't get any letter. Well, the main thing he said, I can do nothing because they wouldn't give the red stamp. So the biggest, from the Jewish community, the richest people, the lawyers, the biggest people, money was no object. They wanted to pay off the Polish consulate, but they couldn't do nothing. So I said, well, you have to give me the red stamp. He said, what are you expecting from me? I can't do it. I'm not allowed to. Nobody will get it. It's no use. So I said, all right, look, you see that kid? If you don't give me the red stamp, I go into war.
Well,
I told him. So this will be the end. I said, my husband is waiting. I have the papers. I don't want to stay here. But why don't you let us go? Why don't you let my husband come to get the red stamp? And so he said he can't do it. I said, no. There's always a way, I said to him. And I'm sure you have a wife when you have children. How would you feel if it happened to you? You have to give it to me, otherwise it will be on your conscience. So he said, stop talking. He couldn't take it. So he said, all right, you come tomorrow, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, but don't come here. I will wait for you a block away in this house, in this number, in the hallway. I will, because I'm not the head of it. Over me, I had a big one. He is the one, and he could do the same to them, but he would do to you. So I said, you're not saying that only to get rid of me, don't you? I will be back. I don't care till you give it to me. He said, shh, don't talk no more. So half the city knew that I went, and everybody was laughing at me. Look at her, see that kid. All the big lawyers and the big and the monies and the millions and the big judges, nobody can do what she will get the red stamp. So they've been really laughing in my face, our own people. So when I came back, no, you got the stamp, everybody was in my mother's house. So I said, I will get a stamp. The doctor said, you're so stupid, did you believe him that? He wanted to get rid of you. I said, oh no. This man will give it to me. And everybody didn't sleep the whole night. The other morning I took my kid and we went there. And he was waiting there for me in the hallway. He said, and he gave me the pass. I had to bring my Polish passport to put in the stamp. So when I had it, I came home and I told him this. Some people been cursing me, and some been wild and jealous. I got it and all these people couldn't get it. When I broke the law, through me, he broke the law, and people started to get arrested. People came later. Now, the other thing, then the Jewish, what do we have here, the Jewish?
Agency, the Hayat.
The Hayat, the biggest for us.
Agency.
Well, so I went to and I shouted them the red. They didn't believe me, how I get it, what happened. So a special envoy went to Poland with the pass to bring my husband the pass with the thing by plane, by something. And I waited there. And I'm telling you, and when my husband was in Poland by the relative, they took my picture in the paper. And the whole story was in there. But this is not finished. So they started to get the pass. Then we had to go. Then I could already go and get the visa to the American consulate. We had 1 hour. Her name was Rose, very tall and very thin. He was like Mashiach to us, like God. He did so much for the Jews what he could do. And we have here the big car park, the fancy park, Weber Horseback riding, but
Central Park.
Central Park. And he had his office there in the building. So, and when people went, in the Sundays, we gave him fiddler, like we put it in the wall, and he and said and let you spoke and everything so. Well, finally, when I got so I had already the permission. So then my husband had to send back the passport with the stamp when I went to go to it on the German consulate, sent me a letter that we are ready to get the permit to come to America. So I went there, and so I come there and wait, I call your names, the numbers from consulate, and you come in and so. And I come in, it's my next, and the woman said, I'm sorry, we made a mistake, another go, but you could die for that. So I said, it's impossible. So she says, sorry, you have to wait for the quota, till you can get. Well, everybody was crying with me there. And the one very rich people, prominent people, give us the little girl, we bring it, we will take it on our passport. And you will come to America, we give her back to you, if not, we keep it as our. She was like a living doll, really like a living doll. No, it's so then that's impossible. So I had to go and speak to the Consul Rose. So they told me upstairs, in this one flight or two flights up is his office, but they wouldn't let you in. So now I had to speak to him. He was such a good man. I wanted to tell him what happened, So I come there, and the policeman stays downstairs before you go up on the steps, on the stairway. And I came running half dead. I did on purpose. I did a little trick. I came running and started running up the stairs. So the policeman said, what do you think, where you're running? So I said, I have an appointment, I'm late. The consul is waiting for me. So he let me go up. I swear to God, I could write a book. Somebody told me that I could write a book. So then I didn't know what door he is in. I was sitting maybe 3 hours and watched the doors. I knew how he looks. And finally he came out. So I ran over to him and I apologized. And I said, I have an emergency. He said, please listen to me. So he went down with me and picked up the phone and called up the German government, whatever they did. When he tell him this is the Consul Rose, I have to apologize, it's our fault. We made a mistake, and please let her go. They said no. And my husband had to go back to Poland. Poland had been the blackness, but from Poland nobody came out. Nobody got the red stamp on it because I had it in Germany. And he begged with him. He said, now my husband had to, and how do I get him again to come back to get again a stamp? Well, my husband had to go back. And I went back to this man that gave me the stamp the first time. And I told him the whole story. I said he went back already. He has to stay there 3 months. He said, my child, don't worry. When your husband come back, when you're ready to go, just come to me. And I said, you keep your, yes, he said, I keep my promise. But you know what? You bring him with you. You bring him with you, and I will give you. He took me into the head from the whole Gestapo, from the whole police, and told him the story. And somehow he appealed to him for me. But this was the one that had to get the stamp. And well, then imagine to have to go back. When everybody said he wouldn't go, so and then when my husband came, so we went over, he came out in the corridor, like for him. And when I told him that he will not be sorry for what he did, God will bless him for it. We will always say a prayer for him and always have applied, and I will tell the people how wonderful